Good morning. This is the weekend update for Buy Sell Short for Sunday, December 9th. We're starting off with the Dow daily chart. And just looking at this chart, looks pretty damn bullish. We have a nice little flag breakout that we saw on Friday. We closed right at the 50-day moving average. And with RSI uptrending, strong MACD, stochastics in the plus 80 level, things look pretty good here. I mean, if you were to step back and didn't know what was going on, and I told you that we're in the middle of a fiscal cliff crisis in D.C., looking at these charts, you'd go, what crisis? What issue? It's just rather remarkable how the market has just been able to absolutely ignore what has been going on in D.C. Now, that can be a positive, especially if we do get a deal. But if we get no deal, this market could be in a world of hurt. Thing is, every other day we are getting conflicting reports. On Friday, we had Boner come out and say, there was no deal, and Obama was pushing us towards the fiscal cliff and about to run us over. This weekend, we have some of the GOP senators coming out and saying they are open to raising tax rates for the mega rich. So, tomorrow it'll be something else. We'll have another press conference denying what's going on, and that's where we are right now. One thing is for sure, once this crisis is resolved, and the quicker the better, this level up here will easily and quickly be hit, in my opinion. This flag breakout looks very, very good on the daily chart. If we look at the 15-minute chart, we broke out of another range on Friday, and we're just slowly climbing that wall of worry, or ignoring, really, the wall of worry as we move higher. ITA, we mentioned it last week. This is the Dow Jones Aerospace Defense ETF, pushing all-time highs, and defense is an area, if we go over the fiscal cliff, that will get decimated. But if you look at this chart, it seems to suggest that there is going to be a deal. So just something to keep an eye on, keep in the back of your mind. One thing that will help the market tomorrow probably, especially given the close that we saw on the Dow on Friday, China data came out yesterday. Retail sales and factory output jumped to 8-month highs. So the Chinese economy looks like it is starting to kickstart again, and that will probably be viewed as bullish for the market. I guess check the Asian shares tonight and see how they're acting to give us an idea where we could be heading tomorrow. If we don't get any nonsense from Washington tomorrow, there could be a positive spin on this market. Russell small caps have been consolidating, but it's been able to hold above the 50-day moving average. RSI has flatlined throughout the last week. So has stochastics. So again, this little setup here, same thing on the Dow chart. One of two things are going to happen. We are going to test new highs into year end, or we're going to have a sell-off. And what the driver of that is going to be is, of course, whatever happens in Washington. And that's, all we can do is continue to play the setups that we see with a mind on paying attention that if there is no deal or some really bad news, that we need to exit the market quickly and, just approach the market that way. Let's jump into some stock plays, though, while we're here. ZBB, Zeb Energy, finally had a downtrend break from the sell-off that actually began last February. The stock has fallen 50% over the last 8-9 months, but we got a peak and close at the 50-day moving average, a break of the long-term downtrend line. RSI up over 50, stochastics in a nice uptrend. This is a stock that I could see making a run on the 200-day moving average over the next couple of weeks. Very nice setup here on the chart. Looks really, really good. And one by one, we are seeing legit companies trading under the 50-cent area go on big moves. ECTY was one of those for us last week. Big move on that one from previous entries, and this is a stock that can definitely do similar. SCON, beaten down over the last month on some financing news. We got a pop on a patent earlier last week. Low volume consolidation, nice little flag break, and on Friday the move started. RSI is about to break the 50 level. We saw a nice strong positive MACD cross. We have seen a stochastics downtrend line break. And I mean, check out the unbalanced volume. They are pouring into this stock right now. And money flow is about to turn positive. All very, very bullish for the stock. We could see this one quickly trading in the 45 to 50 cents area this upcoming week. Just similar to what we saw on IGO. IGO we got into about a week ago. Had that little sell-off last weekend. I talked about how that sell-off was just a fun dumper into year-end. And look what the stock did. 25 cents to 40 cents. What is that? 60% gain over the last week. So these pennies are definitely getting a lot of interest, and we've got some very nice setup pennies for ourselves going into this week. ATHX continues to trade back and forth. We got some tax sellers still working the stop, but it's got some very strong support at the 98 to $1 level and continues. It dips early in the day and then recovers late in the day. So there's a lot of fun swapping on here. 110 is the breakout here. We get a close above 110 and this target of 143, it's only a matter of when, not if it happens. So just a matter of being a little bit patient on this one. RSOL so far has been a monster winner for us, 50% mover for us, has been consolidating over the last couple of days. What has been happening on this stock is it opens early on very low or almost no volume, drops 8 cents down to that 55-cent support, and then closes or hits the 65-cent area in the last 30 minutes of the day. This is a play on the Solar City IPO that is expected to price Monday or Tuesday and trade Tuesday or Wednesday with a $1 billion market cap. These guys are almost as big, do the exact same thing, and they've got a market cap of, what, $30 million? Tremendous upside, especially if the Solar City IPO spikes. They'll pour into this stock. So nice small risk-reward play for us going into this week into the Solar City IPO. Last but not least, quick mention on Motor. Motor continues its stair-step move higher, but we're still waiting for that breakout. Strong support right now is around the 72-75 cent area. Next add on this stock would be a break of $1. That is where I will be looking to add to my position on this stock. Until then, it's just a matter of wait and see, with stops probably at 70 cents, 75 cents. And, you know, $1 being the next spot on this one. This one can be a difficult stock to trade. It looked like it was going to break out over the last 3 days, traded as high as 88, 89, 87 over the last 3 days, and then whoop, on no volume it drops. So just a matter of sitting patiently on our remaining shares on this one with stops, you know, at 70 cents, waiting for that break of $1 is how I'm looking to approach it over the next few days. Now, one thing to keep in mind, even though the overall market is very, very bullish, it is a very random market out there right now. You're seeing a lot of low-float garbage plays blow up massively. And we're back in that situation where traders are afraid to chase nice charts, but are fine buying a stock like this that closed at $1.94. They're okay buying it at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, look at the run this one had on some trial data on Friday. Of course, they came out after hours and did financing, but these are the kind of stocks. It gives you an idea of the difficultness, I don't even think that's a word, of this market right now where traders are back in that chase mode. So just keep that in mind. You have to play the momentum that is out there, but you also have to be mindful that there is still tax loss selling. On Friday, SCON opened or closed at 34 cents, dropped as low as 32 cents. Looked like it was going to falter, and then big buyers come in, large ask got taken out. So, you know, it's almost one of those markets where you buy charts you really, really like, you have a stop in mind and a target in mind, and you step back and don't watch every minute detail. Again, you know, the fiscal cliff is what's dominating all this stuff. Once it goes, we are in go time. this next week is typically when we start to look to accumulate January popper plays. Now, we may have to put that off a few days just because of the fiscal cliff. I'm not sure I want to start accumulating a whole lot of plays yet. I may end up waiting till the last week of December or a fiscal cliff deal. But now is the time to start building those January popper lists. We're going to be working on them over the next few days and starting to set up for the annual run into January. And fiscal cliff deal should power move a January pop setup in the market this year. So that's it for the video. If you've got any questions, shoot me an email, feedback@buysellshort.com, and I will see you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Goodbye.